Hit it. Not that. Just don't mind Brad, he's just learning how to drive a tractor.
Well, g'day out there everyone. Today we're servicing the old excavator. We've been doing a fair bit of rock work with it and the dump truck. It's been going like a charm. This was overdue on the oil change, the old excavator. I'm not going to confess how much by on air, but anyway, needless to say, it's a bit untidy. So we're just going over everything. I did the slew boxes that make it spin around. For some reason we're getting a bit of water in them, so I've drained them all and given them some fresh oil, flushed it out. Just going to fill up the, I don't know what you call this, the turntable. Someone out there will know the proper name. And I'm just going to put some more grease in that. It's getting a bit low. And yeah, got Matt coming, he's getting a few bits for me. Oh, I need another oil filter. Runs through on this thing, it's pretty good. It's like a, I think it's a 13, nearly a 13 litre engine, a Volvo engine, and it's really good on fuel and that, but it runs you two normal filters and you got a bypass filter here for your engine. So I just didn't have the bypass one, so he's bringing one of them out. We've got Joe Sawyer over there let loose on the little D4. I gave it a run the other day for about 3 hours and it was working well, so he's going to have a bit of a run, which this is the waterway we've been working on down here. Bit hard to get perspective really, but anyway, he's just trying to clean up some odd big rocks still hanging around, so he can do that while I'm servicing away. So I'll keep you updated. Rightio guys, well I'm sitting down on the job here. We're just slow and steady with the old, gee that's a strong magnet. Fiddle up the final drives. They do very little oil, so you can't sort of pump it too fast. I'm just putting a 90 weight in this one. Probably should run a 140 with our hotter summers. Got Matt up there working. He's old JD reckons the AC's not working on him when it gets hot, so Matt's just having a bit of a look. He reckons we've got enough gas there, so we don't know whether I think it's the condenser. Always get the evaporator and the condenser mixed up. Here's the condenser, might be freezing, we thinking, because it's very cold. But anyway, I'll come back to you after I've done my 150 pumps.
Good afternoon everybody. I think Brad's already kicked off this video. I think he was just servicing the excavator. He's currently just on that, just fiddling around doing a bit. I think he's going to come back down a bit later this afternoon and help me maybe. But there's a good chance he'll get distracted, so I won't hold my breath. But here at the development block, we do have some news. We've got the auger flights are back from the, well, we took them off. I'll throw up a thing in the top corner there for the video of when we took it out. But yes, so it's still here. We sent that in, it was probably only a week ago really. And yeah, because it was just a bit damaged, and the person we bought it off, yeah, there'd been it had been lifted up, I think, with the PDO on, and the PDO had bottomed out, squished the auger up a bit and just bent it right at the base of the auger. So in a hurry they'd half pulled it apart, welded it up, tried to get it going, and it worked fine. It was just a bit noisy, so we yeah, took that all out. We ended up just cutting it in half so we could get it into town easily. And yeah, the guys in town, they did a good job. They've straightened it all up. You can see little heat marks here where they've heated up the metal to expand it and bend it and do what needed to be done to get that all straight. And where we cut it, they've welded a sleeve, yeah, like a little sleeve or a slug, whatever you want to call it. I think that's a solid bit there, and turn that down. It fits the diameter of the the center shaft there, so we can just slide that on and weld that up. Which I'm hoping the concrete's pretty flat, because I don't really have any other ideas how to make sure that's flat. So we'll just see how we go there, so we can get that nice and level. But I think that's probably all the news for the minute. I'll get cracking onto that. So let's get into it. Well, I got it all welded, hopefully straight. What I did was use the concrete here and then just plug welded. You can see there when it was vertical, so obviously when I turn it 90 degrees it might just move a little bit, then plug weld that. So I've got plenty of plug welds and then welded right around the side. I won't show you the other side because yeah, the welder was having a bit of a hissy fit and it looks terrible, but it'll do the job. Well, Brad was just whinging to me that he doesn't like the welder either, so he said it was doing the same to him. So maybe I'm not as terrible as I think, but I still have my doubts. But anyway, we'll just whack her in, I think. Well, so Brad's here to help. I got all the bits in here. Look after it, don't lose it. And Brad's expecting me to lift this end all by myself. I think he's dreaming. It's pretty heavy. Oh. Don't mind me if I don't do much commentary. Just checking it. Oh. Right. Now you got to push. Just bring the box of tricks. Look at this, I got pocket cam here. I got pocket cam here. I just got to face off to the side a bit.
You've got a big pocket. That's got to go in a bit more, eh?
Yeah. Just needs lifting up in the middle.
There we go.
All doing
Look
that.
At that. But I went a bit too far.
That sums up your life, Brad.
A bit over the top.
Just taking things a bit too far. You know, some things we overkill really badly. Sometimes not so much.
Take one of those pit toolboxes with the big fat tyres on it that they take to the centre for the speedway. That'd be the go.
Yeah, we'll do your spiel. See if there's anyone out there. Go on.
Anyone out there with what?
Oh, wants to sponsor us.
Yes. He's got an angle. He's got an angle.
Well, you're the one that wants a jolly four-wheel drive toolbox.
Here, just you put that in. I'm going to move the forklift back a bit.
Looks a little like you're struggling. Oh, it's nearly knock-off time, and we're just all... You just lose motivation throughout the day sometimes.
Make sure that's tight, hey. Did you hear about the Welkers?
No, I saw the I didn't see all the video, but...
They bought a new auger and the bolts, they didn't tighten the bolts up from factory, and the bolts all fell out, or 2 sections.
That's not really cool.
Oh. I don't know.
Who told you it was 17 mil?
Just can't take it nowhere. Well, you're going to use your rattle gun.
I don't have a rattle gun. Remember? You're too cheap.
There you go.
I don't have a rattle gun.
Okay. Well, that's all right then.
Didn't buy me one. It's a fair bit of auger to push, isn't it? It's a fair bit of auger to push. Yeah, we should be able to pull those off and pop the end plate off.
Yeah.
I don't have a workbench up here, Brad. Do you want to be my workbench?
Yeah, we got the fork.
Yeah, well, I can't bend down, that's a bit precarious.
Right, what do you want to...
Yeah, it looks like 13.
It's 1/2 inch.
It's close enough to 13. Why'd we buy an American auger?
I think they're all American.
I think they're Canadian anyway.
Yeah, that's Canadian American.
Same thing. It's a bit like they...
Don't say that.
It's a bit like
Different.
they say New Zealanders and Australians are the same thing.
Yes.
It can be offensive.
Don't call a Canadian American. Think you've done that before.
There it is.
Right there, eh?
Yeah, just got to go another 1.5 foot.
Yep.
There we go. You like doing it, so I've got to do something, don't you?
Yeah, how heavy is it?
Oh, reasonable. Can it slide further this way? Just let it down. Righto. Look at that. We've got to go. Just go up a bit. Whoop. Whoop. up. Whoop. Just put a bit of, whoop, that'll do. We'll be able to manhandle that.
I think we've done it before.
Righto, now it's just assembly time. Well, that's us for the day, I think. Starting to lose our light. But yeah, we got the other end done. We just left it loose. Then we'll do this end up, go back up the other end, tighten it up just to put a bit of tension on it. Yeah, and then it's just the hopper on. So yeah, we'll finish that tomorrow. Yeah, we've just got to do some packing up and head home. Well, morning everybody. We're back and ready to finish attacking this auger. So we've got the bearing at that end tightened up, so now we just got to come through here and tighten this one up. It's on a yeah, just on a thread, so we can make sure the auger's nice and tight in there. Brad's back with us too.
Morning everyone.
Somehow he gets the forklift driving job. That'll do. Again, I don't have my workbench up here. Oh, there's a little one there. Righto, so how tight do we want to go? I can feel the auger moving up. She's a big old split pin. Well, moment of truth. If there's still banging and clanging going on when this happens, the camera will be turned off. Might go have a little cry. Come back when we're ready to talk about it. Alright, hit it. Not that. Just don't mind Brad, he's just learning how to drive a tractor. Bang and clang a bit with the when there's no grain in it, but we're just making sure this shaft is straight. That looks straight to me. Well, that's a lot better. What was happening was the shaft was a bit bent down there and it was making the whole thing vibrate and shake and carry on. Is that a win, Brad?
Can't turn this off.
Can't turn the key off. You broke the key?
Oh, really?
Ah. Oh, is it locked in? Oh, guess what I'm doing for the rest of the day? Well, in an ideal world, we'll have big enough sheds to fit everything in, but we don't. Maybe down the track, when the funds allow, we have made provision to put another bit, I think it might be another 6 metre extension on the shed here, which, you know, that'd be good for augers and stuff. We can just back them all in, all the long stuff, maybe even the mother bins. But for the minute, there's going to be a lot of shade until we get further into summer. But yeah, if we park along the back of the shed here, it'll get a decent amount of shade. Well, a decent amount of shade, but it won't protect it from the rain. But anyway, sometimes things just have to be outside, unfortunately. Yeah, well, don't take off yet. There you go. Righto. Right, we might give it a quick grease, and then I've got to figure out why the JX won't turn off. Sounds like the ignition switch is all locked up, so the tumblers in the lock there might have all jammed up. So I might spray it with a bit of spray, see if I can do something, but let's we'll find out together. Don't quite know what Brad's doing, maybe just fiddling, not sure. Anyway, Brad managed to turn it off. I think he stalled it and then the key started working again, but I'd like to probably have some lithium spray, but I don't. So yeah, I might just have to just go the good old-fashioned penetrating oil and hope that it just loosens it up a bit. If not, we'll yeah, just need another key, obviously. But just don't really want it to attract dust, but what do we got to lose? I think he's got the isolator off, so that's alright. Seems to be working. What are you doing now? You know that you meant to put the grain in the other end?
Trying to reverse it.
You're trying to suck grain from this side, eh? Hey?
You go that way to go that way, and that way to go that way, and the steering.
Oh, has it flipped right around?
Hmm?
No, that can't be right. Yeah, because I think the motor's meant to be at the back. Someone's done a full loop with it.
Ah, that'd make sense. It was very confusing. I was having lots of trouble.
We were watching you just for a bit. I thought you might have just been fiddling.
No, I kept really running into that. Oh. Yeah, that's fairly sad.
That's a little embarrassing. Close your eyes, everybody.
We'll grab I'll take that home and we'll get what we need.
Right, I've still got to do some cleaning up. Well, Brad's decided to join me in our endeavours with the workbench. He's brought his own ideas too, which is always challenging, but a little bit of modifying.
Yeah.
But
look at that.
Yeah, that does look good.
I just marked it.
Well, problem is we can't do any work on it. No. It's a bit like the floor, isn't it?
We're not doing any work on the workbench.
We can't do any hard work on the floor because of the paint.
Right.
So yeah, we've got 3 sections. This one here we haven't secured yet, but one of Brad's ideas that must be obeyed, one of the ones that has to be obeyed is he wants a 45-degree join from here through to there. I was just going to go through flat and then just overlay the back bit there, but anyway, you know older brothers.
Make sure you comment lots.
comment how bad it's going to look having it at a 45-degree angle. But anyway, so that's today's endeavours. So I think we're going to have a bite to eat and just watch Brad struggle here for a bit. Maybe I should time lapse it and people can just go to sleep to watching Brad struggle.
It's just a pain, isn't it?
Well, it keeps it nice until you're ready for it. So we did go through and we've just siliconed it all down to take out the vibration, and we didn't want little dots of weld everywhere, but we can't help it really for on the back. Like, yeah, we do have little tack welds in some places, which, yeah, just can't be helped. But I think it'll be nice, should be good, nice to keep clean. I think the plan is to ban anyone from welding on it. Is that right, Brad?
No welding.
So that's the welding bench over there.
Yep. This is just assembly.
This is where Brad's going to rebuild all his engines.
Yeah, it's at the wrong place.
Yeah, it's just 35 k's in the wrong direction. But anyway.
Good.
Right, I'm hungry. Well, worked out pretty good, I reckon. It is knock-off time. We can hear Josiah's coming back from his day out on the excavator and dump truck. So we got all the sheets on. We're trying to get away without it tacking it, because it obviously just doesn't look that great. Tack welding stainless, but there's not much we can do. Just the bench wasn't, well, these pallet racking type systems aren't always square and even and that, so we did the best we could, but we did have to manipulate it a bit. Anyway, but it's come up really nice. There's no sharp edges. It's yeah, it's just good. So we've just finished this bit, so I've still got the cover on this and the clamps and a bit of oil for weight to hold it down while the silicon sets. And we did end up making a little bit extra where it's a yeah, just, I don't know what you call it, freestanding bit of a bench with the extra braces that I'd cut for that section. We just put in here, and we didn't actually have to cut this last sheet of stainless. So, and the only bit I had to cut out of the bracket was about 10 mil. So it worked out really good. Yeah, no, it's nice and solid there as well. So yeah, I think it's all gone pretty well, and we're just going to have to spend a bit of time packing up, whether it's today, tomorrow, or whenever. But so yeah, pretty pleased with how that all worked out. So anyway, we'll probably leave it there for the minute. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.